Husband of teacher accused of group sex with students allegedly threatened teen, kill you in front of your family. The case of Brittany Fortinberry, a former substitute teacher, has sent shockwaves through Morgan County, Indiana. She stands accused of engaging in group sex with underage students. Her husband, Nicholas Fortinberry, now faces charges directly related to these alleged abuses. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Brittany Fortinberry faces a multitude of serious charges. These include child molestation, dissemination of harmful material, and sexual misconduct with a minor. She is also charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The allegations paint a disturbing picture. Fortinberry is accused of inviting boys to her home for illicit activities. She allegedly provided drugs to these boys, further compounding the severity of the situation. The accusations extend to sexual assault. Fortinberry is accused of sexually assaulting the boys involved. She allegedly paid them sums ranging from $100 to $800 for genital photos. Adding a bizarre element to the case, Fortinberry allegedly made the students wear scream masks during these encounters. She reportedly threatened self-harm if the boys revealed the abuse to anyone. These threats were likely intended to silence the victims and perpetuate the abuse. Nicholas Fortinberry is not untouched by these allegations. He is charged with failure to report a crime and intimidation. The charges suggest he was aware of his wife's criminal activity. Most disturbingly, he allegedly threatened a 13-year-old boy involved in the abuse. The threat was direct and chilling. "I'm going to kill you in front of your family." This statement reveals a disturbing level of anger and a willingness to use violence. He also allegedly instructed the boy to stop the sexual activity until he reached the age of 16. This instruction, while seemingly aimed at stopping the immediate abuse, does not negate the threat or his failure to report the crimes. Detective Patrick Williams testified about Nicholas Fortinberry's threat during legal proceedings. This testimony provided crucial evidence for the charges against Nicholas. The case continues to unfold in the Indiana courts. Nicholas Fortinberry filed for divorce from Brittany in February. This action may be a legal strategy or a genuine response to the situation. The divorce proceedings are separate from the criminal charges. Nicholas posted a $600 cash bond and was subsequently released. This release allows him to remain free while awaiting trial. The bond amount suggests the court does not view him as an immediate flight risk. A lawsuit is planned against Martinsville schools. The lawsuit alleges the schools should have been aware of Brittany Fortinberry's potential for abuse. This raises questions about the school's hiring practices and oversight. The lawsuit points to a previous suspension from another school for inappropriate behavior. This prior incident should have raised red flags during the hiring process. The school's alleged negligence could have contributed to the abuse. Martinsville schools issued a statement asserting that student safety is their top priority. This statement is likely intended to reassure the community. However, the lawsuit suggests their actions may not align with their stated priority. Nicholas Fortinberry allegedly made the threat at his Indiana home. This detail places the threat within a specific context and location. It also establishes jurisdiction for the charges. The threat was made after discovering his wife's alleged group sex with the boy and other students. This discovery likely triggered the outburst and the subsequent threat. The context helps to understand the motivation behind the threat. Brittany Fortinberry allegedly threatened to kill herself if the boys told anyone about the abuse. This threat created a climate of fear and silence. It also placed immense pressure on the victims. Brittany Fortinberry was formerly a math teacher at Eminence High School. This background adds another layer of concern to the case. It raises questions about how she was able to gain access to and abuse students. Wagner Reese, LLP, is filing a lawsuit against the school on behalf of one of the boys. This legal firm specializes in representing victims of abuse. Their involvement signals the seriousness of the case and the potential for significant legal repercussions. This case highlights the devastating impact of abuse on victims and their families. The trauma inflicted can have long-lasting consequences. the need for support and resources for victims is paramount. The case emphasizes the importance of protecting vulnerable individuals. Schools and communities must be vigilant in identifying and preventing abuse. Reporting suspected abuse is a moral and legal obligation. The alleged actions of both Brittany and Nicholas Fortinberry represent a profound betrayal of trust. The legal proceedings will seek to hold them accountable for their actions. The community must work together to ensure justice is served and that such abuse never happens again. This case serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can exist within our communities. It underscores the need for increased awareness, vigilance, and proactive measures to protect children. The legal and social ramifications of this case will likely be felt for years to come. The allegations against Brittany Fortinberry are particularly disturbing given her position of authority as a teacher. This position gave her access to vulnerable students and allowed her to exploit their trust. The alleged use of drugs and masks further demonstrates the calculated and predatory nature of her actions. Nicholas Fortinberry's alleged threat adds another layer of complexity to the case. His actions suggest an attempt to control the situation and silence the victim. The threat of violence is a serious offense and underscores the potential for further harm. The planned lawsuit against Martinsville schools raises important questions about institutional responsibility. Schools have a duty to protect their students from harm. Failure to adequately screen and supervise employees can have devastating consequences. The legal proceedings in this case will be closely watched by the community and beyond. The outcome will have significant implications for the victims, the accused, and the school system. It is essential that justice is served and that measures are taken to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. The case also highlights the importance of open communication and reporting mechanisms. Students, parents, and community members must feel empowered to report suspected abuse without fear of retaliation. Creating a safe and supportive environment is crucial for preventing and addressing these types of crimes. The long-term impact of this case on the victims cannot be overstated. They will likely require extensive therapy and support to heal from the trauma they have experienced. The community must rally around them and provide the resources they need to rebuild their lives. This case serves as a call to action for all members of society. We must be vigilant in protecting children from abuse and exploitation. We must hold perpetrators accountable for their actions, and we must create a culture of safety and support for victims. The legal system will play a critical role in ensuring that justice is served in this case. The prosecution must present a strong case against both Brittany and Nicholas Fortinberry. The defense will likely argue for leniency or seek to challenge the evidence. The judge and jury will ultimately determine the outcome. The media also has a responsibility to report on this case in a responsible and ethical manner. Sensationalizing the details of the abuse can further traumatize the victims and their families. The focus should be on providing accurate information and raising awareness about the issue of child abuse. The community must come together to address the underlying factors that contribute to child abuse. This includes poverty, lack of access to mental health services, and social isolation. By addressing these issues, we can create a safer and more supportive environment for all children. The case of Brittany and Nicholas Fortinberry is a tragedy that has shaken the Morgan County community. It is a reminder of the importance of vigilance, accountability, and support for victims of abuse. By working together, we can create a safer and more just society for all.